First thing, posture. Here's a trick to learn something about posture. What you do is you find a step in stairs, anything like that, and you hang off the edge, so your heels are behind. Okay? Now what normally happens is that you compensate by lifting up and down. So the angle, you can actually keep yourself upright, nice and high, up through the hair of your head. Okay, and that's fine. Okay, but that's not what we want to do. What we want to do is we want to lose our balance. Okay. The way to do that is you sink all your weight down your heels. Okay, and that way you're not allowing yourself to compensate, which means that you have to hold your balance somehow. What you're going to use, you just use your fingers, hands, somewhere, and you just hold yourself. Okay? Not hold yourself, you're just relaxing on the balls of your feet. You're like hanging off the balls of your feet, slightly off. And then you're just holding yourself, not holding, preventing yourself from falling. So, close up. We're talking about the feet. Not like that, compensating. Like that. Okay? Okay. And if you have that, and you're not compensating, you see, it's just still. Well, how am I managing to keep balance? Because of this, my hand. And the idea is you're becoming sensitive enough to your balance so that you are just on the point of falling. Whoa, there you go. And this is the force. Do you see this? This tiny amount of force in your fingers. Your entire weight being felt by your fingertips. And we're going to make use of that when we do the engagement with a partner, of course, because the idea is you become really, really sensitive to falling and catching. Part 2. Here we go. So the idea is that you get onto a point and then you fall. You're not trying to hold yourself. You're trying to get to the point where you understand how much weight and how sensitive, how much force is required to get onto a point. Watch the feet, I suppose. I don't know, it's going to work. Okay, so you're going on. See, that wasn't enough to go over, so I came back. So it was like, oh, and it's forward. And if you're really good at this, oh, you're not trying to stop yourself. It's like you're on a pin. Oh, not enough. Slightly on the slope this time. That was quite good. And I fell off to the side. I angled off. I'm not doing anything with my ankle. Okay, do you see? My ankle is just, ooh, that was a good one. And you could tell how good you are at this. It's kind of game, depending on how, somebody doing something in the car, how long you can actually sustain that high position without holding yourself. It's all to do with how much force you give yourself and impetus onto that point. And the idea is, for a woman, is to get onto that point and there's a man that's just holding you. And we'll go into that later on. And for a guy, it's sometimes for a guy to let go of his balance and for both people to be kind of like at this high point. And when both manage to do it with the right music, whew, it's fantastic. Trick number 2. Right. When a man walks, you can just walk forwards. It's very easy for him. As you can see, the knees go in front of him. Knees. So you have to get the knees out of the way. So this is for the women. The idea is that you kick, go back, 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 back. The only other thing is a cross. A cross is when when you're going straight, you slip to the side. There's no weight. Just does that, kicks back, and you're off to the side. Okay? So you go backwards, and instead of going straight back, because there's a slight angle, kick to the side. Slide. That's about it, really. So we're talking about when you're going backwards, you have to get the knee well at the back. That's the knee. The knee, boom, boom, way back. And the way to think about that is the heel. The heel goes first. So the heel leads. Think about the heel, and it's the heel. And then you go back. And with the cross, you're going backwards, nice and straight. Okay, let's do it this way. So I'm on the parallel, but with the cross, you go to the side. Now what happens is the weight just shifts. There's no turning of the body. I'm not doing this. Okay? It's just nice and straight, going back, 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 cross. And what happens is that there's a lateral movement to the side, even though you are going to the side, but you're not actually turning. Does that make sense? What a fantastic place to teach tango and to learn tango.